Good morning. Get Jeffrey. Just found something on the side of the road. She decided to bring it home, so I figured I'd kind of do a quick initial video on it. You see on top there's a couple missing pieces to it, but I mean, taking a look at it from far away, that thing doesn't look like it's in bad shape, but it needs some loving here. Anyways, it's one of those T-carts I've been seeing on the internet here. And it looks like this top wood is almost like a laminate layer and pieced together. It looks like wood, but it looks like it's got some water damage. It's a little on the rickety side, and it looks like it could use some re-gluing of all the joints. This side here, we're actually missing that fold-up table side here. And a lot of the hardware looks a little on the rusty side. But I mean, as far as kind of a farmhouse design, which I thought was kind of neat. When I first looked at it, I was like, oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, some of these spindles, it's got some wear and tear on it. I mean, in the bottom section actually is probably the best. It actually is, to the best of my knowledge, looks like a hardwood, but I could be, almost feels pine in nature. But yeah, she's got some damage. That bottom or top piece up there is split open, and the wheels are pretty well crooked, but it still rolls. Like I said, we're missing one of the front coasters here, so I mean, it's a project in work. I'm thinking about maybe just doing a teardown and see where this thing actually has to go, but more to come on that. Alright, taking a closer look at the top side from the bottom side view here. You can see most of the joints work pretty good. The hardware in itself looks like it's had some replacement of different type of hardware. So I mean, looks like on all the scheme of it, looks like it's almost like a brass finish type flathead screw on it. But as you can see, suspected that the top was kind of veneered, and you can pretty tell from the sides, but looks like the water damage has separated the glue on that veneer, and I'm thinking it's probably like a pine type wood with a, almost looks like an oak type veneer. Yeah, this hardware is in pretty rough shape. I wonder if we could probably clean it up. I've heard of soaking it in some vinegar maybe overnight and seeing if that'll clean it up, but missing a hinge here. Handle seems to be all there, and just looking at the integrity of it, this top part's got to come off, and I don't even know if there's a way to repair the veneer depending on what the wood looks like underneath, but it looks like I've got screws coming out, so there's probably some kind of issue with the wood down below. Looking at this other side here, the joints seem to be coming loose. And we've got pretty much a breakthrough here, and this is why it's kind of got me guessing here. It feels like a pine, but this wood is kind of aged, so I don't know the year of this piece. There really isn't any type of markings on it. I mean, I've got 198 in the top here, 198 on the side, and then up underneath, or up on top here, there's a 50 and a 15, but no maker's marks or anything. But looking at the wood grain, I'm almost guessing it looks like pine, I would guess, just by the kind of thump that you get. But looking at these wagon wheels here, they're cool looking, they're aged. That one seems to be rolling somewhat straight, but we'll have to see what this thing has for axles. This one here is just all over the place, so there's something wrong with that axle, the way it's configured. Looking at this bottom piece here, looks like we got some mismatched, missing hardware. I think this side is pretty much gone, but the bottom portion, well, I think everything probably just needs to be taken apart and new glue in the joints and maybe a quick finish job on it. But the wagon wheels back here seem to be pretty good shape. Normally what you see online, I've seen, is the rubber piece kind of exit stage left. It kind of gets brittle and disintegrates, but kind of like what it did on this front wheel here. But the thing that kind of struck me as odd with this thing here is it's actually a wooden type wheel or axle type deal with a metal axle running through it, but it's entirely made of wood, which is kind of cool. This end here looks like somebody tried to attempt to repair at one time to get her back up and going. Didn't do too well of a job. Or maybe they were just dealing with rudimentary tools, kind of like what I've got around here. I mean, I've got somewhat power tools here, but not a whole lot of finishing stuff. This one here, further looking closer at that actually looks like it's a metal chunk, so I don't know if that's original. And I mean, that's the whole part of this thing. I have no idea what's original and what isn't on this piece. So it'll make it an interesting kind of a refurb on it. And like I said, I mean, I'm a jack of many trades. I mean, I'm not a furniture refurbish person by trade, but I kind of dabbled with it in the past. In my younger years, I used to pick up furniture and kind of refinish it and sell it. Didn't make a whole lot of money. It was just some extra scratch at the time when you needed it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to tear this thing apart and see what is actually going on with the wood underneath this thing here. But yeah, I just take a poll here. I mean, what would you guys do with this thing? I mean, it's not in bad shape, but it's not in good shape. And I mean, I really don't need a tea cart in the house, but it'd be kind of fun to have a hobby to kind of tear it down and maybe see what's going on with this unit. I don't know the age of it. I'm guessing it's got to be 1970s. But yeah, I mean, I may take it apart and see if what I can do with it and how bad a shape the wood is and go from there.